Hey, welcome to the Geek Retreat podcast. My name is Steve. This is Jason.
Hadouken!
Nice. We can see what you're doing now. And this is Nick.
What up?
What?
Hiya!
What is that?
It's a peace pipe, bro.
Oh, peace pipe. It looks like I thought it was like a rosary at first.
No, I got one of these things at the all right, old sack. No. I got this in Yosemite, one of the little shops up there.
Nice.
No, not Yosemite. I got it in Oregon. That's where I got it. Oregon.
No.
One of those
Yeah,
shops.
no.
Grants Pass. I got it.
Four corners.
Grants
Pass.
Grants Pass. There you go.
In Oregon. Well, cool. Well, hey, guys, we're doing a video podcast.
Finally.
This is
I know.
a landmark moment for us.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. Episode 8, the first video podcast from the Geek Retreat. And all thanks to our quarantine. Like, if we weren't quarantined, we probably wouldn't be doing this.
No, just still be doing an audio podcast. I mean,
I know.
Still be doing an audio podcast.
We still be doing an audio podcast. This is the only reason I set this up was because I was trying to do D&D through it, which we're still gonna do. I got it working.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Dope.
I think I lost you, but it's okay.
You lost us?
No, I got him. It's okay.
Okay. All right.
Don't flip out. I got him.
Good. So yeah, we're gonna try this. Oh, my dice.
Yeah, what did you thought I said?
I thought you said I lost you guys. I was like, what, the ball drop or something? Like,
oh no!
I was like, no, we got to start over. No. Anyway, yeah. So, this is a video podcast now, and hopefully we can kind of keep this. Maybe one day we'll all be in the same room. That would be like best case scenario.
And we're getting closer and closer, bro.
Well, yeah, 1 inch at a time. 1 inch. We're just taking little steps, and we're gonna get there.
Not with this quarantine, though.
No.
Not with this corona.
Not with the Rona.
It's going. It's going deeper. Now we have to wait until like May to things can even think about getting back to normal.
I know. But this will be going on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep, we're gonna put this on Facebook, on our YouTube channel. Maybe one day we will go. We'll actually do a live podcast.
Whoa, getting fancy.
That's getting real fancy.
I know.
Take live questions, all that kind of stuff.
I know, it'd be cool. And then there'll be crickets in the background.
Yeah.
Have any questions?
Yep, nothing.
Like one like,
one like, a little heart.
Thumbs up, not even a laugh.
Yeah.
React.
Yeah. So I hate those.
Kidding.
No, I hate those. Like, you know, when you're scrolling and like you accidentally react to a post.
I know.
It's the worst. And I'm like, no, I didn't mean to do that. Now it's gonna look like a jerk. Like I got taken away, but they already got the notification that I reacted to it.
I know you laughed at some like child that died or something like that. Yeah, I didn't mean that.
It's always
mad face.
It's always the worst. It's always the worst. Yeah, it's the worst possible post you could react to. You react to the wrong way.
No.
But I was thinking about that. Like I was scrolling, and I think they like purposely, put the like button on the like left side. Well, I guess that doesn't make sense because I'm a lefty, so I scroll with my left hand. Do you guys scroll with your right hand?
Yeah,
I scroll with my right hand. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it never happened with me. That's a good point because that's
why I always accidentally like because I'm like scrolling with my left hand and it's right on the side where my thumb's at.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's not the reason why. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg is a lefty. We don't know. He's a lefty robot.
Lefty robot.
Well, if he's a lefty, wouldn't he set that up like that?
That's what I'm saying.
He's a righty, man.
That's what I'm saying. If he's a lefty, he would have purposely set that up, thinking, "Oh, when they're scrolling, they'll hit the like button on everything."
Yeah, I guess so.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyways,
he knows.
Wiener Schnitzel. Don't bring it up again, okay? I'm insecure about my problems with speech It's I can't say wiener. Wiener schnitzel.
I can't say.
Yeah, wiener.
Stop it. Stop it. Oh, you guys are the worst. Mick has a camera in front of his face, so he doesn't know how to act today.
No, I'm just sitting here looking at myself, sitting there.
Yeah, so Mick's making weird faces at you.
I'm. You know when nobody's around, you're sitting there looking at the mirror, looking at yourself, and
Yeah.
you're sitting there going.
Yeah, I know that, but
I
there's
forget
people
Jason's
around.
right
There's
above
people
me.
literally around you. You can't forget. You can't forget.
Dang it! Or when you're riding around in a car, like at work when you're in your own vehicle and you're sitting there, right? And then somebody pulls up and you're like, "No, I'm not saying nothing."
Did you see the video?
Wasn't me.
Did you see the video of that TikTok girl getting caught?
No.
Like she's doing a TikTok in her car, and like the person like was looking at the car, and she's like. She like freezes. She freezes during the dance, and she's just like, "Oh my gosh!" She like can't believe it. It's so good. I love it. I can't get into TikTok. I don't know what it is right now. I can't do TikTok.
For you guys, I didn't even
I
know
love TikTok.
So I didn't even know what a TikTok was. So,
anyways, I'm about to do some TikToks here pretty soon. I got some good ideas. I was telling Jason. So
you've been in quarantine for too long.
I know it's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah.
Here pretty soon. So check it out on TikTok. We have a page, and we will have a page here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll make one.
Yeah.
We'll make one. Yeah. So I went to the store today. Went to Walmart. Actually, I went to the one by your house, Jason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just as bad as every other Walmart. So
it's a Walmart.
My Walmart got to.
You've been to one Walmart. You've been to them all.
Yeah.
So that's not true. That's not true.
It is true.
I think so.
My Walmart compared to your guys' Walmart or Elk Grove Walmart, not the same.
What's different about it?
I think it is.
I don't know. I enjoy going to the one in Elk Grove. People are actually like generous and stuff. Like, oh, am I in your way? Hang on, let me get out of the way for a second.
That has
my Walmart.
Those words. Those words have.
Get out of my way.
I'm sorry. Let me get out of your way.
People yelling at blind people and shit.
Those words have never been uttered at a Walmart before. I don't think.
Anyway,
yeah. So I thought it was really funny because me and my wife were talking. They have like the stickers out now where like you stand 6 feet apart and you got to wait until the next person gets in line. Have you guys done that yet?
No.
You haven't done that at any store? Okay, somebody.
My Walmart ain't doing that.
You know what I'm talking about if you're listening. You know what I'm talking about. They have like these like 6 feet apart stickers where like you stand in line and then they like the cashier will say like, okay, next, and like you have to come up. But after the cashier, everybody's all right next to each other. So like the person's getting their bags and like it was crazy. So I was like, what's the point of this whole thing? They've got shields in front of the cashier machine now. Like machines now. They have like plexiglass shields.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then like you're standing next to the other person and then they move away over to the shield. It's just so much. I was like, what's the point? We just nixed all the stuff we were just doing. And now we're not social distancing anymore.
No, well, the point is so that they can say that they tried.
Yeah.
So they can say, oh, well, we were trying these methods, so it's not our fault.
Look at all the stuff we did.
Look at it,
yeah, we did all this. Maybe it didn't work, but
maybe they just weren't listening to what we were saying. But we told them this, and we gave them the sticker. So that's what it's for.
Speaking, did you guys hear about that?
That's the difference between your Walmart and my Walmart. Everybody
cares.
ignored. They just
cares.
Get off me! I'm trying to punch my number, motherfucker. Mother freaker. What sticker? Half the people in my Walmart don't even know how to read. Like me.
I felt bad too because there's a little kid that was lost, so we were like trying to help him find his family. That was sad. It's an adventure whenever you go to Walmart.
It is.
It is.
The toilet paper. Now they got toilet paper lines.
They do. They had
going from all the way to the back of the store, all the way to the out the store. It's crazy.
And somebody come up to me and ask me if I can buy their toilet paper for them.
Wait,
they're
what?
like, hey, dude, man, we need this many, and they only let us get so many, so I'll give you the money if you can get this for me and blah blah blah. And I was like,
four for roll, player.
but yeah. So
I don't
that's
know.
what we're doing now. I'm trying to get around this limit thing.
I really hope the toilet paper craze is like going away now. I'm so tired of it. Like
I know.
We've gone to Target a few times, and like I've looked in, and I've like, oh, I'm right here. Maybe I'll go down the toilet. It's just empty, like nothing.
Nothing.
It's just crazy. Like
I know.
it's toilet paper.
I want to go back to
this
normal,
isn't even
man.
like. It's not going to go back to normal. Nothing will ever go back to normal.
It will go back to normal. It'll just be a new normal.
It'll be this normal. I'm not saying quarantine normal.
Not this, yeah, but they're going to readjust some things, and something's going to happen. They're going to say, okay, so this is what we're doing now going forward, and then that's going to be the new norm that you get used to.
There's going to be masks everywhere. It's going to be like, you know how China, like you look around before there was masks everywhere, and it was like smog masks? It's going to be masks now, like all the time. Hand sanitizer at every station everywhere.
See,
it's already been like that.
I know, it's crazy. I know the hysteria was going to be the worst of it.
Yeah, it's going to drive
crazy.
It's going to drive like laws are going to be put in place for whenever there's any kind of like outbreak in 2 years now when the next presidential election is happening. There's going to be another outbreak and everybody's going to like quarantine time. We have all this protocol set in place. Go to quarantine. And it's going to be crazy. Like it's weird
this
to think
is the way
about.
the government's going to control us, bro.
It's weird to think. I'm not thinking that, but like it's weird to think that like
somebody will. Somebody's gonna.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, somebody definitely will. But like this is history. Like this is gonna be like in history books, like 10 years from now.
Oh yeah.
My kids, when they're in high school, they're gonna be reading about like, oh, I was a kid. I remember when Dad stayed home, and I remember when we couldn't go anywhere or see anybody. This is going to be history books.
You know the crazy thing about this virus, I'm not saying that that there's a lot of good that's coming out of this, but essentially, if you look at it this way, I'm glad it happened with this virus where a lot of people aren't. I mean, this could be a virus where it's just you get it, you die, no matter what age, whatever. You know what I mean? It kind of gives us a chance to open our eyes and our government to put things in place, our workforce to put things in place so we're able to react quicker than we have on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be able to save a lot more people. We'll have, we'll be more prepared for the next epidemic that happens.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that's the thing is like, if you look at the news, the media coming out of, like when it was happening in China, when it was first starting, that was back in like May.
Yeah.
That was back in, or May. That was back in January.
Like November.
It was back in January.
I do have
January.
I do have a hard time with China saying they only had 80,000 infected, right? Or 89,000 infected.
It's more than that.
And we overtook. I mean, in China, they're packed together, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
Especially in Wuhan, they're like shoulder to shoulder. There's way more people for it to spread even quicker. Like here, we're not packed shoulder to shoulder like that.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is from Worldometers. I don't know if this is a legitimate website or not. But it has coronavirus cases in China is 81,639. Deaths are 3,326, and recovered is 76,755.
Right, and where are we at?
Let me see.
We're at like 100 something.
Yeah, let me look at.
Well, I know we spiked. I know they're saying that we spiked so high because now we got the capability to test, and all those tests went out. So they're testing everybody, and now they're getting a lot more because there's a lot of people walking around with it that are showing no symptoms at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now everybody's all scared. They're just going to go get tested, even if they're not showing any symptoms and they're showing positive. But
yeah, so this is out of United States. 277,000 cases, 7,000 deaths, and 12,000 recovered.
Man.
7,000
deaths
recovered?
No,
7,000 deaths.
Yeah, 12,000
recovered.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so I don't know. California is 4th on the list. New York is number 1. New Jersey, Michigan, and then California.
They say Sacramento County is the worst.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
California.
Did you hear about that church on Jackson Road?
Yeah.
Like they were still holding after the quarantine was put in place. They were still holding services of like 150 plus.
Jeez.
And 70
got arrested or something, right?
The pastor got arrested, and they have 71 people were have COVID. It's like that's just reckless, man. That's like
it is, yeah, very reckless.
Like you just like I mean I'm a man of faith, okay, and like I believe that we need to be here without getting like crazy about it. Like I believe that we need to get here, you know. We need to be doing our part to stay at home, and it sucks when we still can be people of faith where we're at in our place. We don't have to meet in a building to be people of faith.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like still continue to do your part. Just do your part. Don't be reckless about it. It may be dumb. You may think it's stupid or whatever, but just do your part. And it'll be done. If everybody just does their part, it'll be done. Yeah. That's what I'm waiting for.
Let's move on to some more positive stuff.
Yeah. Moving on. Anyways. So Jason, we talked last week. You watched a movie that I said I was going to get to, but you said you didn't like it too much. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to buy it. And then I looked on Stars and it was free on Stars. So I was like,
bought it?
I didn't buy it.
Oh.
I'm going to watch it. So it's definitely a different Tarantino style movie. Okay. I did agree a little bit with what's her name's. You said that what's her face. You felt like her part was kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, Margot Robbie's here for Sharon Tate. Yeah, I think it could have done without it. Because so just to reiterate, so I was saying that it was pointless because obviously they live right next door to her,
right? Sure.
And what happens at her house is notorious. Everybody knows that story, right? So yeah. I get why they were doing it as I was watching it, but then when you get to the end, like they kind of put their own flavor on it. So then like you didn't need to have that after all. I'm trying to say it without giving too much away, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
think had her in there to set that up, but then you didn't even do that. You went somewhere else with it, and so now it's kind of like pointless why we were following her throughout the movie.
Okay, let's do this. I really want to get into this, so let's say spoilers ahead.
Okay.
And let's have like a spoil discussion about it. Okay, so if you
you're gonna spoil it for me because I didn't see it.
Well, if you didn't want to,
I'm not gonna see that.
It's not out on free, so
just spoil it. Just spoil it. It's okay. I give you my personal.
So spoiler alert.
Your phone's off for like.
We're gonna talk ahead. If don't kill me. If you wanted to know about, you can either pause it and go watch it and then listen to us, or skip ahead until we're done listening. I don't know. I'll put like a thing up on the bottom when we edit it that says spoilers, and then when it stops, I'll put a banner up. So anyway, I was really thinking about like, why did they have her in this movie? And I had to think of like, I wasn't alive when the whole Charles Manson thing was going on. Okay. So when I was done with the movie, I was like, okay, I need to research the Charles Manson history. Right, and everything that happened.
Oh, I know about Charles Manson. Is it about him?
Yeah,
it's not about him, but there's a part of what happened with the celebrity that they killed in the movie.
Yeah, so he had people kill. What's her name? Sharon Tate.
Sharon Tate,
and
crazy.
Yeah.
How can you manipulate some people like that on that level?
Yeah,
people
it's crazy. That's a whole nother discussion. That's crazy. That's crazy. But so the way
take this knife and kill that chick.
So the way this movie happens, and they're just like, okay. The way this movie happens is they put a spin on it to where you follow Shannon Tate kind of like she was a very young actress in Hollywood, and she goes and like she sees a movie that she's in. She stars as is she a stunt woman in that movie?
Well, no, she's starring.
She is that lady who falls, right? The clumsy one or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so she goes to the theater and she watches a movie of herself, and she's like really taken in like the audience's reaction. They're laughing to her part that's funny, and she's like really loving it. And like she seems like she's just a super nice lady the whole movie, right? She's like super sweet. We were gonna talk about his ADD, and he just can't handle it. We got elephants crossing. Anyway, so she was really sweet in the whole movie, and they in real life, Charles Manson knew somebody that lived in Sharon Tate's home before Sharon Tate did.
Yeah.
Used to. So, and he had a thing out for that person.
Right.
So he told a group of people to go to the house and kill whoever's in it.
Everybody.
And so anybody that's in it.
Yep.
Sharon Tate was married to, what was the actor's or the director's name?
Oh.
His name, I can't think of the name.
Okay.
But he was away. He was there. Anyway, I don't remember. I don't know the real life thing. I wasn't alive when it happened. But everybody died. Sharon Tate died. It was the director, Roman Polanski.
There you go.
Yeah. So Roman Polanski died, and he was like a very young director, but he had some amazing movies. I don't know any of his movies right now. And then like 2 French friends of theirs were there, and they died too. So 4 people died total, right? So in the movie, what happens is the people come up to the cul-de-sac, and they live next to Leonardo DiCaprio. And he's like drunk from like, they had a really big party of like this cool movie that he's kind of like a star at the end of his like, he's a movie actor at the end of his like lifetime of a movie. So he went out with a bang basically. And they're like out partying, and he comes out and yells at these people in the car and calls them like hippie freaks and tells them to get away. So instead of going to Sharon Tate's house, they go to his house and try to kill everybody. And it's a very Quentin Tarantino fight that ensues, which is awesome.
That is
like
awesome.
I love it. The whole thing. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like I'm just like smiling. I'm like, this is so cool. And like Brad Pitt's in it. He's in the fight, and it's so cool.
Dude, that dog was like
his dog, and I just love how like he commands his dog with like it's like whistles.
Wow.
Yeah. So the movie's really cool in that aspect. What stinks about the movie is that you have to wait 2 hours until there's any action. The whole thing is like story building. The third act is literally 10 minutes before the end of the movie. And so I think get out of here. So going back to Sharon Tate's character, I read on a little bit about it. At that time, Sharon Tate represented the young, innocent Hollywood that was like, she was gonna like take Hollywood to a new level, right? She was set to be like the new number one actress in the world, and she was gonna go places, and like she had a super bright future ahead of her. And so what Once Upon a Time in Hollywood did is they gave her that future. Instead of what happened in real life, it got stripped away.
Sorry.
It got stripped away. And nobody got to see that part of her life, right? So and Once Upon a Time gave her like, it kind of leaves it at the end where she's like, hey, come in, because remember he says at the very beginning, he's like, I'm one pool party away from striking it big with Roman Polanski. Yeah. And so like finally he comes in and he's like, hey, do you want to come in for a drink? And he's like, yeah, I'd love to, man. And he goes up and has a drink with them, and that's how the movie ends. But I think her part was important because it showed the like innocent side of Hollywood. And I agree. Like, I don't know. They could have done it a little bit differently. Like, I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I didn't catch it that way. I think if they were going to go that route, if that's what they were trying to do, we needed more.
Yeah.
We would have needed more of her to get that pulled out of that representation. But I think they had her in there so few and far between, and it's so little when she did come that it was kind of like it made her kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, you're kind of like, you don't really know who she is.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't, as somebody who wasn't alive during that time, I didn't know who this girl was. I thought somehow she was going to like run into Brad Pitt's character or Leonardo DiCaprio's character. I thought they were going to kind of like meet somehow in the middle and then get like caught up in something. I didn't really know where it was going. And then, or like when Brad Pitt's fixing the antenna on the top of the house, I thought they were going to like, he was going to see her and then go get caught up in it or something like that.
They set it up that way too, because they kept going back and forth, like, and it opened that door for them to make that connection for that those two characters' storylines to meet, and then
and just never, And as far as we know, they never meet after that. I mean, maybe they do, but I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a really good story. I thought it was cool it's cool to fantasize about like what would happen if that massacre didn't happen. And I don't know. I need to watch it again, but I would give it a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
You know what bothers me is like things happen in that movie that's like has no bearing on what happens later. For example, the whole Brad Pitt meeting up with that hippie chick at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And so like he kept driving by her and he keeps looking at her and they're looking at each other. So it's like he goes all this extra mile and then goes to pick her up and then like doesn't want to do anything with her. And then like it just so happens that they are staying at the lot where he used to shoot movies. And so now he wants to go there for that reason. And then that whole purpose of him going there, that whole plot of him going there and checking on the dude had no bearing on what happens later. Because I thought maybe they'll find out that Brad Pitt was at the house and that's why they went. But they went there and just on an off chance he was there. So it wasn't even that they went for him to get retribution for what he did at the lot. So it was like all these things happen and they're like pointless. It's like, why are you showing me this? And
I definitely agree with that. I think that I wish that they were going after like
Mix right now.
Yeah, mix it done right now. It would have been cool if they would have like made the reason the future changed for the Tate or for the Tate storyline is because of the interaction with Brad Pitt at the farm
and that's where I thought they were going to go with it.
And they didn't. Yeah.
So it kind of fell short for me for that. So
because like he goes out
that in there for
he goes out to take a walk with the dog right before everything happens, remember?
Right.
And so it would have I think that would have been the only thing that would have tied up the end a little bit cleaner. But like if Leo would have done his thing at the end, I think that would have been totally fine. That was like the coolest kill ever that they've ever had in a I mean the Django Unchained shootout is like my favorite shootout at the end of the Canby Mansion.
Yeah.
But
I love
that was pull out a flamethrower and torch a girl in your pool was pretty sweet. That was like the second coolest.
I like when he's talking to the guy though. He's like, hey, I still have the flamethrower. So
yeah, he's like,
yeah, bro.
He's like, and it worked. Yeah. He's like, yeah, that one. It still worked. So I thought it was a good movie. I love Tarantino. This one was one that he wrote and directed. He did the screenplay on this one.
Was it a natural Tarantino movie, or was it like a serious movie?
No, it wasn't serious.
No, it wasn't serious. It was an actual Tarantino movie.
Okay, like everything else he does.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like
always overly graphic, overly.
Oh no, it
was over the top.
No, the last 10 minutes. The ending is very
like you said, it was like the last 10 minutes only. So
there's like a scene where he's like, I'll just tell you, like he's grabbing the girl's head and he's like bashing her into the phone, like, and it's an old pickup dial phone, and the little like things that hold the phone on the holster, it's like, and you can just hear it. It's just
like takes her head everywhere.
Yeah. He's like on the mantle, and he's like on the table, and he's on the phone, on the pole. And then like the dog, he has this dog, this pit bull that is like the most well-trained dog you've ever seen in your entire life. Like the dog like he's like giving the dog some food and it whines, and he's like, I swear to God, if you whine again, I'm gonna throw this stuff out, and da-da-da-da. And like the dog listens really well. So like the guys, they barge in the door, and he's got a gun pointed right to his head. And he's like, he just goes like, what does he whistle or snaps his fingers or something like that? Yeah. Or he goes like,
yeah, he does this though. Yeah.
And the dog just attacks the guy with the gun. It's so cool. It's such a cool, like, just go watch that fight scene. Just go watch that whole home intrusion.
What was this called again? What was it called?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
So it is a fairy tale. And but yeah, it was cool. It was a good movie. I liked it. It was Tarantino. It reminded me a lot of like Hateful Eight.
Right.
Because Hateful Eight, all the action happened at the very end of the movie.
I like that.
Right?
I like that movie.
And
I paced a lot better though.
It was yes, it was.
What's his name? The mercenary, the guy with the big long Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Why isn't he doing any more movies right now?
He just did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, he's in that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's always in Tarantino's movies.
I love Kurt Russell. I just watched Big Trouble in China. Big Trouble in
Little China.
Dude, I wish they would. I don't want them to make a sequel just because it would ruin it. But I just love Jack Burton as a character because him playing Jack Burton, because he plays this badass dude that does everything, but every time he's knocking himself out or he's running away. The only time he gets it in with somebody is Lopan at the very end when he tosses that knife and gets him in the forehead. That's the only time he actually wrecks somebody. I rewatching it, I was like, he didn't do nothing. He was running around the whole way, but he's always that confident, like, you know what Jack Burton always says. You know what I mean?
I've never seen it. Nothing. I want to see it.
You haven't seen it?
Oh,
you better go watch that.
It's on like I can watch. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
It's my favorite movie. It's probably my favorite movie. Yes, dude. It's a must watch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's the other one.
So long ago. Only thing I really remember from that movie is that like they have that dude that's like Raiden in there.
Oh yeah, the three storms. Yeah.
That dude was awesome.
That's awesome.
That's exactly how he does it too.
All right.
T like that.
I'm gonna take this recording and I'm gonna sync it
side
up by side.
It is
to the actual one and see if it happens. No, the other one I need to watch is Judge Dredd. No.
Yeah, I think you're.
What's the one with Sylvester?
That one was okay.
No. The reason I need to watch it is because it's so applicable to right now with the COVID.
Oh yeah.
And like they don't touch each other and they.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Demolition Man.
That's what I need to watch. That's the one where he gets like frozen and gets brought back in.
Yeah.
Jason was the one that mentioned that, right? On that post on Facebook.
I have it on a DVD. Thanks,
the
Mama.
Facebooks.
My mommy let me borrow it. And I still haven't watched it. I've been off for 2 weeks and I haven't watched it yet.
I want to rewatch it now too. I think I'm gonna check it.
She said that she rewatched it and it was like freaky how accurate everything was.
Really?
The COVID and the quarantine and So I need to get on. You posted a thing on the Facebook page, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to do it.
Woo woo.
So what was your rating? You gave it a 6 once upon a time?
Yeah, I'd give it like maybe a 7.
7?
Yeah. It kind of had this like Pulp Fiction feel.
No.
A little bit. Where like this. Like you're very like, you know, what's going on with the stories? Where are they going?
I like Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction was good.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction's amazing. Yeah. Pulp Fiction's awesome. It's a redemption story about a man who's at the end of his rope, at the end of his crime fighting career. But it gets crazy. And And I just rewatched.
It gets crazy, man.
I just rewatched Reservoir Dogs. That movie's always so good.
Oh, so good.
I love it. Anyway, yeah, so that's the end of spoilers for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So,
dude, they dropped what's that new? You said that one Disney movie. That Disney movie. Onward. It's free.
It's on
Disney Plus.
We're gonna watch it.
Free
Good
now?
thing I didn't go buy. Yeah, because I was about to go buy that.
Yeah, don't buy
thing
it
on Prime for $20. I was like,
yeah,
I really want to watch this. Can we buy it? And then she was like, oh no. Next thing, the next day in our quarantine, we looked at Disney Plus and it was freezies.
Yep.
I'm getting ready to check that out.
We just saw it tonight and we're gonna watch it. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's really sad.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, the dude's going to get his father or something, right?
Yeah. You know what other Pixar movie was super sad that I'll never watch again?
What?
Inside Out.
Yes, I knew you were gonna say that, but I wanted to make sure. But
Which one is that? Which one is
That's
that?
the one with
you go inside that girl's head and they got all that
inside the girl's head.
Oh
like
yeah.
Anger, man, when Bing Bong Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Just like,
no, I love Bing Bong.
I cried.
That was a clever, well thought out movie right there.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I just won't watch it again because I knew it was gonna be sad, and I hate sad movies, and I'm just like, I don't want to cry, and I know I'm gonna cry if I watch that one. Can't do it. The other thing talking about crying in movies, I cried in a movie last night. You know what movie it was?
No.
Take a guess.
Last night you said it was.
Yeah. What have I been doing? I've been watching the Avengers saga.
Or Infinity War?
Infinity War. I hate that movie.
You hate it?
I hate it, man. Spider-Man. When Spider-Man dies. You know the other movie? You know what his death reminds me of? Spoiler alert for Infinity War. No, you know what his death reminded me of? You remember in Saving Private Ryan when the dude dies who I can't remember his name, but he gets the morphine shot, and they're not in combat. He got shot after combat, and they're like up against the wall, and they're like, just give me the morphine. They're like, we can't give you more. You're gonna die. And he's like, I know I'm gonna die. It's just like I need to be put out of my misery. And he cries to his mom the whole time. And he's just like, Mama, Mama, Mom. And he's like crying. Oh man, that one kills. That one breaks my heart. And the same kind of thing happens to Spider-Man when he goes up to Tony Stark and he's just like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Yeah, that was a very sad spot.
Yeah,
I was like,
and I cry every time. That's the one because like Tony felt like that was finally his redemption to be like the father that his father wasn't to him, and it got.
So you weren't even sad for Spider-Man. You were sad for Iron Man.
No, I'm sad for the whole thing. I'm totally sad for Spider-Man.
Okay,
but like just the whole. No, it's just like a totally sad moment from both aspects of it. Like Peter doesn't have a father figure. And Tony has been like this like snarky, guy in his life. And he like really wants to like show him that he's a man and like he can do this. He can fight. He can be an Avenger. And he finally gets his chance to be an Avenger. And then he loses his life for real. And Tony on the other end is like, my dad was terrible to me growing up and I'm never going to be like that to my kids and all this stuff. And right at the beginning of Infinity War, he's talking with Pepper and he was like, I had a dream that we had a baby, remember? And like he's talking about how like he's like, that would be so exciting. And she's like, you can never have a kid. Peter was that kid to Tony before Morgan happened in Endgame. And so the whole moment is just so sad to me, and it rocks me every time. My wife touched my shoulder. She's like, "It's okay." Shut up. Yeah, it was fun. So we're watching Endgame now, but it's been cool to watch everything. It's been really cool to watch everything in order in such a close time. You know what I mean? Like I've basically been watching like 2 movies a day, and It's been really nice because like I get like, oh dang, that like just happened. I know exactly what they're talking about. And there was a cool thing where like if you watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, that's where Hank, or not Hank, that's where Scott gets stuck in the quantum realm. And if you wait, and that's at like the end credits. So what we did is we watched Infinity War and then the snap, and then immediately went and watched the end credit scene from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then started Endgame. So like it all set like perfectly. It was really cool.
You know, so since you're watching those again and you brought up the MCU, I've been wanting to ask you guys this for a couple of podcasts, and I've been waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
And now's the time.
Now's the time. Maybe this could be a poll too. So I want to ask you guys, who do you guys think, and this is probably going to be an obvious answer, but I want to see if you can think outside the box here.
Okay.
Who's like the best and most dangerous MCU villain throughout all the movies?
The most dangerous villain
throughout.
Yeah.
I think Ultron is actually more not within the movie, but I think Ultron is super dangerous when it comes to Earth. But what's his name has to take the cake. Infinity War.
Thanos
has to take the cake on that. Just because. Well, he's not. If without the glove, he's not. Without the glove, he's not. Yeah. With the glove, he is. But if Thanos did not have the glove, I think Ultron would wreck him.
I think so. I was actually watching a video about who could destroy Thanos without the glove. And like the Hulk could destroy Thanos without the glove. Like there's a whole bunch of like powers that the movies didn't go into that everybody has.
Right.
And like the Hulk has the it's like the Earth Shaker something. He gets
it's the planet crusher Hulk.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
And it's like every step he takes would shake the Earth into its core. And it's like that Hulk would wreck Thanos.
Yeah.
And,
but that's like saying. So
well, they don't do
Hulk,
in the MCU.
Versus...
Go ahead, Jason.
Jason, go ahead.
So but you can't say that though, right? Because you're taking Hulk at his strongest, and then you're saying Thanos not at his strongest. So if you put Hulk and Thanos together.
Well, pure power. You're talking about pure power, not involving the glove. His powers without the glove, Hulk would just demolish him. With the glove, I think
you have Hulk and his essential powers, right? And then you have Planet Hulk, whose powers transcended what he was on Earth originally. And then you have Thanos, who has his regular strength and capabilities, and then you add the glove on top of it. So if you guys are doing Planet Hulk, you add Thanos. So it's not fair. You get what I'm saying?
Hold on. Sorry, the video kind of lagged out there. Can you say that again?
Yeah, so if you guys are giving Planet Hulk, Planet Hulk is Hulk.
No. It's Planet Crusher Hulk.
Planet Crusher
Hulk. Okay, something like that.
Yeah.
But so he's at Hulk at his strongest though.
Right.
And then so you're having Thanos, who's not.
There is no strongest.
Huh?
He could get stronger than that. That's what.
But has he?
Well, they can. Technically, it's infinite, so he can get stronger than that.
Now, we're not doing cans or coulds. If it's not done and written and he hasn't gone there, we can't compare it to that.
I agree. Okay. I agree with both. I agree with both aspects.
So I know. This is the same thing with Superman, right? So Superman can transcend his powers that we know of too, but we can't say, Superman can go beyond that. So if someone is stronger, Superman will still get stronger. We can't say he'll get stronger. We have to know of what happened by factual events that happen. Well, factual in the comic book world. So what we know of with that particular Hulk that you guys are talking about, that's the strongest Hulk we know. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, from my knowledge.
Yeah, that's...
So you can't then say Thanos, who's going to be regular Thanos and not at his strongest. So if you guys are going to compare
but he's not at his
Thanos,
But he's not at his strongest because of him. He's at his strongest because of the gauntlet.
So glove. Yeah, the glove.
Okay, all right.
It's like a weapon. That's like if Hulk would have picked up that glove, he'd be even way more stronger.
Yeah,
If what's her face? The chick you always hate on,
Black Widow.
If the Black Widow picked up
Shut
that
up.
glove,
I like her now.
She'd be just strong.
I've seen it all, and
I
understand her now.
Point blank, with the glove, point blank, Thanos is probably the most strongest in the universe, even stronger than Hulk, because he has the ability to change reality and all that stuff. He could just snap. You don't exist. You know what I mean?
But I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking when you guys were talking, if you take Planet Hulk is still Hulk, right?
Right.
And the same way that I was when you were making a point, Jason, and I was gonna say that Super Saiyan Goku is still Goku.
Right.
Right. He's just been ascended to another level.
Right.
And as far as we know, he can keep going because he's the one, right? But I think Thanos, he did a lot on his own. He destroyed worlds on his own. He went and just wrecked worlds. So he's super powerful. We have to remember that he's super powerful.
Right.
But
but he has armies.
Yeah.
It wasn't just him.
But that's
true.
Ultron had armies too, but it was him. His army was him. Yeah. So that's what's so crazy about Ultron is that he was just beyond smart.
In the comic books, he's
I think we're
hella strong.
We're getting out of the realm of the question though, because we're talking MCU. So comic books is a whole lot different than what happened.
Okay, so MCU.
So MCU wise, are you still going with Thanos?
I think
can we go? I know it's not MCU, but technically it's still the universe because what's it called? The one that Silver Surfer is in.
That's Ultron.
Ultron.
No, that was
yeah. Quicksilver. Oh, Fantastic Four?
Yeah, no, that's Galactica.
Galactus.
Galactica.
Battle Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
No,
Galactus. I think Galactus is probably the most strongest. I think this the most powerful hero because he's well rounded in the MCU. I think Silver Surfer takes the cake. Honestly.
Hero or villain?
Yeah, hero.
Okay. I think Thor's up there. Thor's gone full circle. He was on top, and then he went all the way to the bottom. Now he's all the way back on top again.
You know, Thor was only put into the MCU universe or whatever, because there was no stopping Hulk, and the reason why Stan Lee created Thor was to put somebody on his level in strength to kind of control him.
But
when he gets out of control.
Stan Lee didn't create Thor. Thor's an actual mythological god.
No, but who the character he created in the MCU, not the he's a god, not the one that's not the mythical lore. We're not going off of that. We're going off of the MCU. What Stan Lee set the parameters of.
I know, but isn't the lore MCU lore based off of mythological? Even in the first Thor, they talk about how this is Norse mythology.
I know, but he created it. Okay. He created Thor.
I get what you're saying.
There's other gods. There's Zeus. There's all that.
But
they didn't put them in the MCU,
I got
did they?
They brought him into the MCU.
I mean, they might have. I don't know.
Stop
my knowledge.
Hulk.
You know what I mean? Yes, that's why he brought him into the MCU.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because
I remember reading an article about that.
There's actually a slight nod to that when in Ragnarok, the movie that you guys hate, Ragnarok, when they're fighting and the Taskmaster or the Grandmaster, the Taskmaster, the Grandmaster stops
all over Black Widow now.
When he stops Thor from punching the Hulk after he gets his spirit fingers and then he zaps him.
Yeah.
That was he he technically beat Hulk. Like there's that whole argument of like who's stronger.
Right.
He beat the Hulk. And then in the Quinjet, he's like, well, I won, but he's like, I doubt it. Yeah, you know that whole thing?
Right.
So they cemented it that Hulk or Thor beat Hulk.
I hate that shit that they because I'm a Hulk fan.
No, really?
But they really just they make him like a little, they wuss him out so bad for Hollywood.
Yeah.
But in the comic books, he was the hero to go to.
Yeah.
Because, and no, they're not even compared.
I hated
in strength.
He was awesome in Avengers and hasn't been awesome since.
Nope.
The very first Avengers, when he had the epic moment where I'm always angry, and he changes and he knocks that thing out of the sky. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then for Hulk after that, he's been getting beat up left and right. He got beat up by Iron Man, Age of Ultron, and he got beat up by Thor, and then he got beat up by Thanos, and then
you know why Planet Hulk was created? You know why Hulk got to the planet in the first place? Not in the MCU
in the comics.
Movies. In the comics, is because he was so destructive.
Too strong, they had to get rid of him, man.
Right, he was so destructive. He'll kill people, and he would just demolish cities when he's fighting. So the heroes got together and locked him in this spaceship and shot him across the galaxy. Right. And he lands on this gladiatorial planet, right? And then he fights in the whatever happens with the amount of suns or something with the radiation. It kind of made him smart, so he could talk. He was more intelligent, but he still had the strength, right?
Well, I thought it was like him and Bruce Banner made a pact because they were like, "Hey, we got to survive, so we got to team up together, and not be opposed."
Something like that. And he ends up beating everybody in the gladiator, and he became King Hulk, basically Emperor Hulk of that planet.
I didn't like how they Ragnarok is Hulk's like depression story, right? That's where Hulk is at. He's like he wants to stay there and like
he's such a bitch.
He doesn't want Banner to come up. And then they took him out of that. He gets beat the crap out of him in Infinity War. And then they give like a depression story to Banner. And it's like, why did we have to have both of those? Or no, that's when they give it to Hulk, but the other one was to Banner or something like that.
They couldn't make a standalone movie. From what I remember seeing the directors talking about, they couldn't make a standalone movie because the rights or whatever.
Yeah,
so they wanted to get in a in-depth story on the side of all the Infinity War and all these movies that came out. That's they wanted to kind of give his internal story.
It just sucks. Like we miss out on like a great story, and they kind of has to be like
they ruin
woven
him
together. Yeah, I agree.
But I agree with that, Jason. I agree with that. You know how in the first Avengers, or was it when Loki came down? He says, "I'm always mad," and he drops down and knocks that thing out. He was bad, dude. Yeah. Same with the first one. He destroyed Loki.
Yeah.
Wham, wham. Yeah. After that second one, they just that was garbage.
Yeah.
So mad. I don't understand why they wouldn't beef them more because those were the favorite parts of that movie. Exactly. That's the most, people hear that from everybody that talks about the movie. Did you see that part where Hulk hits that thing or slams Loki around?
Well, they even play a homage to it when in Ragnarok. And Thor he's like, that's how I know. No, I was just trying to he wasn't even in. I guess he was in the final battle as Smart Hulk in Endgame, but he didn't really Hulk out. He was remember his arm was hurt because he brought the snap back. He did the snap.
Yeah.
Well, I know in the comics also, that's kind of relative because in the comics, when Bruce Banner figures out a way to be Smart Hulk or whatever, he's not as strong because he loses the ability
to just
get. The more you get stronger, he doesn't get. He has a limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he has control, but he can't exceed that limit because he doesn't have that rage anymore.
Right,
yeah. I feel like. See, but okay. So here's the other thing too. I feel like Thor could have beaten Thanos. Thor did beat Thanos up until he missed and snapped. Because like he throws Stormbreaker through the whole gauntlet. Remember, he like zaps him with the whole gauntlet.
Right.
And Thor.
That's why they
Stormbreaker
said,
and it hits him in the chest.
Everybody agrees with that because I mean, even the directors agree with that. That's why they made a big deal about aim for the head next time. Because if you would have hit him in the head, he would have been done. Well,
and then the other thing too.
I have a problem with that. I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but did no one else have a problem with that?
They dumbed down. They did the gauntlet. They did.
They dumbed down that gauntlet so bad, dude.
They had to.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Even in Endgame, the first scene, they go and get Thanos. What does Thor do? You remember?
Wait, what?
Do you remember in Endgame in the first scene?
He chopped his head off.
He chops his arm off first. Why did they do that in Infinity War? They had him cut his arm off.
They're more.
Right, I know, right?
Now,
cut his arm off. Like that would solve everything.
Cut it off if freaking Star-Lord didn't trip out.
Yeah, that movie makes me so angry.
I know.
Like that's exactly what that movie. That's why it's such a good movie. Is because it makes you like you're sad, you're angry, you're pissed at Thanos for everything.
But remember what Doctor Strange said.
Yeah,
there's only one way to do it. Even if they would have cut his arm off, he might have somehow grabbed the gauntlet with his other hand, or I don't know.
I am inevitable.
They made it so you can't argue the fact.
Yeah. Well, even their
Doctor
whole
Strange says
they're even their whole like time travel thing is like.
You know what I'm doing right now?
Tons of holes in it. I don't want to know what you're doing right now.
I'm undoing the button. Fat guy problems.
Oh
it's cutting into my
hashtag fat man problems.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So here's because Ragnarok has been mentioned multiple times
because I love it. It's a good one.
Whatever.
So good.
So I think though, since you love it so much, I think Hela is the most formidable villain throughout the whole MCU, and here's why I think that.
Ooh.
Well,
okay, go ahead.
Here's why I say that. Her and her alone broke Mjolnir, killed everyone in Asgard by herself.
Oh.
Took out Thor's eye and made Loki run scared. So all of those things, those are stakes, and those are threats that no one has faced, even with Thanos. Because Thanos, he snapped people into bubbles, but then what happened in the next movie? All those bubble people came back.
Yeah.
So there's really, and then people died. Black Widow died, and Iron Man died, but not by his doing.
Right.
So he did all this stuff, and he had a purpose, and he had a vision. Yeah, he was physically the most formidable opponent, but he didn't cause as much damage, I would say, so to speak, as Hela did.
Yeah. But you got to remember, too, that Hela gained her power from Asgard. Right? Her power came from Asgard.
Right.
Unlike Thor, whose power comes from himself.
Right.
Right? And that's what he discovers in Ragnarok. Right? So I'll give it to you that they couldn't defeat Hela on their own. They had to use Surtur and had to have him bring Ragnarok to destroy. I am your reckoning.
Yeah.
But I think that if she comes to Earth, I don't think she's as strong as. Well, I don't know.
Well,
they were in Norway. Yeah, they were in Norway when. That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, she's probably not on the same power level as Thanos, whatever. But I think that she was more of a handful. There was more at stake with her around than with him.
Do you think against
he had a purpose, and she just wanted to destroy,
Without the glove, she'll wreck him.
The Avengers?
No, without.
No, yeah.
Thanos without the glove, she would wreck him.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Straight up.
Hell yeah. I think
it's hella.
She would hella.
She hella crazy. hella crazy. What,
it's in her name.
Twice hella?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good one. I like that.
I think so. I think she was the best villain.
I think that's a good one. Yeah. I
wanted more of her. The Ragnarok was I didn't really like Ragnarok.
Why not?
I didn't like Ragnarok because it was too funny for the subject matter. I felt that there was a lot of serious things happening and they were making jokes and poking fun out of it. And even when Thor's dad died, like 30 seconds later, it's funny again.
What?
Yeah, because he died and then he was all mad at his brothers, like, you caused this because you did all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Hela comes and Loki's like, get me out of here. And they're trying to be all hella funny with that. And it's like, nothing was taken seriously in that movie. And yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it got some laughs. But it's if you're going to do something, and then like Ragnarok meant the end of Asgard. So that's a serious matter. It's your home. That's your people. And
but he didn't. Thor didn't take that lightly during the whole movie. No, during the whole movie, that's his whole goal is to stop Ragnarok.
That's his goal. But like, if that can be your goal, but if you're like laughing and jokey going around it, you even mentioned it earlier, like the conversation with Hulk. Hey, I did kind of beat you in that arena. That's kind of jokey, That's not taking things seriously.
Yeah.
Well, they're playing. I get it. They're playing off of Hulk's and Thor's relationship. Like they're always competing to be.
I get it too.
But you already know what the heck I think about Ragnarok anyway.
I get what you're saying too, because like,
see, with something serious going on, I wanted to see somebody have a serious reaction to something, and I didn't see that.
Yeah, I agree. There's the part where like he goes, and that's what heroes do, and he throws the bowling ball and it hits him back in the face. Like that's a funny moment, but I get the idea of like he gives this huge pep talk and then
exactly.
But it's good. Like it's a good moment.
Yeah, and I think I laughed at that the most.
Yeah, that's a good moment. Because
that was funny,
that's what heroes do. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
And everybody loved that dude. What was his name again? The rock dude?
Oh, Korg?
Korg, yeah. Everybody loved him.
He's awesome. Hi, my name is Korg. I'm here to start a revolution.
Got a New Zealand accent.
Yeah, it's awesome. Korg. This is me. He's got swingy blades for him.
There is funny. I can't talk crap about the movie. I like it, but sometimes it irritates me.
I liked it because you got to finally see like a funny side of Thor. You didn't get to see the Shakespeare Thor. You got to see the actual Thor.
Yeah, the funny Thor in a serious movie. It's bad timing. Just bad timing with it.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm on an island by myself. I know, I understand, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And you're gonna bet me about it? Okay, dang.
No. Look at that. Ain't that cool?
It's pretty cool. It's like fingerprints in there.
Yeah, it's my wife's blade. It's the one she's gonna kill me with one day.
When she finally gets tired of you?
Yeah.
She's gonna feed you to a tiger.
I know. Oh my God! Have you seen that?
Oh,
have you seen that documentary?
I started it.
Thank you, Jason. High five, buddy. Yeah.
Oh man, that was terrible. That was terrible.
There. Come on. Other side. You don't know what side. It's that side. Ooh, like that. Sure. Oh.
All right, we're done.
Okay, we're good.
Now I feel kind of weird.
I need to go wash my hands. No, I was gonna say that. What was I gonna say? You made me lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, that show is crazy.
It's crazy.
I need to see episode 6 and 7. Episode 6 and 7 is where stuff starts getting nuts. Like
you still haven't watched it all?
I haven't seen the end. They're hour-long episodes. I can't watch it all.
Carol did it.
I can't watch it when my kids are awake. That's for sure. Don't watch it with your kids.
Huh?
Don't watch it with your kids. It's not for kids. But it's crazy. Like, I just finished the episode where his husband is no longer his husband.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
Husbands?
Yeah.
That was
nuts.
Nuts.
His second husband. And he shot himself in the head.
He was goofing around with a gun and shot himself in the head.
That's
spoiler
crazy.
alert. That's a huge spoiler.
Yeah,
well, it was an accident.
Spoiler before.
If you haven't watched it, we're in a quarantine. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
new. It just came out.
I did, but no.
Sorry.
Like, if people are talking about it, you need to go watch it.
Yeah, it's all over
crazy.
Facebook. You might as well.
It's so crazy. It's a good show. I'm excited to see like what happens, but
it's dude.
I can't believe people are excited about that show.
Wait until you go watch it. I dare you. I dare you go watch.
I watched 3 episodes.
Oh, then why are you not excited about it?
Because they're crazy. I don't want to watch these crazy people.
You just can't stop watching it. That's the thing.
Huh?
You just can't stop watching it.
I guess. I don't know.
Carol killed her husband.
Carol killed her husband.
For sure.
It kind of seems like it, yeah.
I just she didn't feed him to a tiger, but they have 40 acres of property. She put him somewhere.
In a septic tank.
That's what I think. Septic tank.
Probably.
Go dig.
Carol killed her husband.
Oh,
and you
man.
never.
That's like the number one movie on Netflix. Like the number one watch thing.
Yeah, it's number one right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
All you see on Facebook is coronavirus and
Tiger
Joe
King.
Exotic.
And Joe Exotic. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That show's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I knew I was gonna lead you guys down that rabbit hole with that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so
it's
so crazy. Them people are crazy, man.
They are crazy.
Makes me want to get a tiger.
You can go get one now.
Not in California.
No.
If you had a choice of an exotic animal, what would you choose? I wouldn't want a tiger.
You wouldn't want a tiger?
Nah, I wouldn't want a tiger.
What would you want?
I want an elephant.
An elephant?
Why an elephant? Because you want to ride it?
No, I think elephants are cool as heck, man. It's my spirit animal, bro.
My spirit animal?
Yeah. Because they're obviously they're not gentle creatures, but they're, I don't know. I like them. Elephants are cool. They're big. They're dopey. They're cool looking. They'll remember things.
They'll trample you and not feel a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than have a tiger sink all 12 of his claws in me and gnaw on my neck.
Yeah.
Rather be smashed.
An ocelot.
That's what I want.
What?
I was gonna say that. That's what I want.
Yeah,
I want a cat that's as big as a dog.
Yeah.
An ocelot.
Yeah.
They have something like that. They have a what is it called? A Savannah cat.
That's a cat?
Yeah, it's just as big as a dog.
Yeah, that's what an ocelot is.
But
it's like a dog, but it's a cat.
Right, but it's a Savannah cat. It's actually domesticated.
Oh, really?
Look it up. It's a Savannah cat.
I'll look it up right now.
Just as big as a cat.
It's just as
big as a dog. I don't know. S. Savannah.
S. Savannah.
Savannah.
Yeah, I got it. I'm there. Oh yeah, it's an ocelot.
It's
an ocelot. Cat's an ocelot. It's the same thing.
A Savannah cat, but it's domesticated. That's what you would want. You wouldn't want like a giraffe or like a polar bear.
I would have to get a giraffe because that's my wife's favorite animal. So I'd have to get a giraffe. Like at some point in my life, I'm gonna have to go on a safari where you can like have the giraffes stick their face through the window and eat with you.
Right.
I'm just gonna have to spend the money to do that. So
one day
after COVID.
You could do that at Six Flags, right? Feed the.
No, not anymore. I don't think they let you do that.
Yeah, I could do it at the zoo, the Sacramento Zoo.
Yeah, you could feed them.
Yeah, she's fed them. It's like $5 a person, though. Man, I bought the year membership. That should come for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want an ocelot or I don't know. I wouldn't want a tiger or like a lion or anything. I would. You just have to live in fear that they're not going to rip your face off.
Right.
I just can't. I can't do that.
Look what I got, guys.
What do you got?
You remember this? I have other stuff too, but
Nintendo 64.
Oh.
You really do have it.
I do.
Oh,
I have all the systems. Huh? I think I got all the systems except for PlayStation 1.
Speaking of that, I saw something on the Switch, but it was on April Fool's Day, so I don't know if it was real. Switch news that Mario Sunshine, Mario 64, and something else were coming to remake on the Switch.
Like remastered. I like Mario 64. That's what's actually in it right now.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Mario 64. Right there. Remember that?
Yeah, you gotta go into it.
Yeah. You know that does nothing, right?
Yeah, I know. You got to get in there with some alcohol.
Is that what it is? You got to use alcohol?
Yeah, you get like a Q-tip and rub some alcohol, rubbing alcohol on it. The good stuff, not the 60%, like the 80%, and you go wipe it down.
Okay, this is a pretty small. Okay, so it says in the original article, Nintendo is set to remaster most of Super Nintendo's 35-year back catalog on Switch to celebrate the franchise's 35th anniversary this year, according to a new report. The specific games theoretically coming our way haven't been mentioned, but the report mentions that that as well as the remastered note above, several other Mario titles are also launching in 2020, including a new Paper Mario game. But then it goes on to say, we can't quite believe what we're writing, so we'll stay glued to our screens for the foreseeable future. Now this, I saw this come out on April 1st, so you can never trust that kind of stuff. So that'd be awesome. That's a game that I've played through, and that game was so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know about that now.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah.
Call of Duty did a cool thing, though.
What they did?
They released 10v10 on shipment for a whole day.
Oh my god,
that was so much fun.
Super level up.
You guys, you're Call of Duty, man.
It's so good.
It is good.
It's so good, and they just released the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, the remastered campaign. So my favorite game, my number one favorite game, has been released, remastered. I'm gonna play through it all. It's oh man, so good. It's so good. I love it.
It's so good.
Oh hey, I wanted to tell you guys something.
Yeah.
Or who it may concern, probably no one cares. But last podcast we were talking about PlayStation 2 for some reason, and I was telling you guys about how I camped out to get a system, but I couldn't remember if it was PlayStation 2 or 3. But I confirmed with myself that it was the PlayStation 2.
I confirmed with myself.
Yeah, that's right.
So you sat yourself down and had a discussion.
Well, this is how I figured it out. You remember?
Okay.
So I'm camping out. So all I had was something to play radio with and stuff like that. So I would play the radio, and the song that kept playing on the radio, I remember getting tired of this song because I kept hearing it over and over and over because I was listening to the radio all night long. But was Outkast's Miss Jackson.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
I am for real.
Yeah. So that song came out.
Oh, I got a funny story about that.
PlayStation 2 came out, and so thus making sense that I camped out to get the PlayStation 2.
So that's cool. Thank you for bam. Bam! It's done. Emerald Lagasse. Bam! Remember that guy?
Bam!
He was back in 2002 as well. He probably wasn't. That song. So I was thinking about funny. I watched a video earlier about funny lyrics and how you misread lyrics all the time. Everybody mishears lyrics. Yeah. So that song, I never, until like this year or last year, I never knew that it said never meant to make your daughter cry.
What did you thought it said?
I thought it said never meant to make you die to cry.
What?
And I was like, what is... I never understood that.
Never
To
make
you die to cry.
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Go listen to it.
Steven in the car. Slapping
I'm like, every time I'm like, I'm singing this.
Die to cry.
I'm like, I'm singing this song.
Die to cry.
I'm singing this song so wrong, but I'm gonna keep going with it because I like it.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Here we go again.
No, you guys gotta listen to the last podcast.
Yeah, go listen to last week's
so
podcast,
funny,
and you'll understand what we're talking about.
So funny.
I can no do words.
No do words.
I know
No
can
do
do
words.
Yeah. So, so my quarantine is over, or my 2 weeks off is over. I'm bummed.
Essential.
Both of you guys.
Essential.
Yeah. I know how you feel from like last week, Jason. That feeling of impending doom approaching, called Monday morning.
Right.
Work.
Yep.
So I'm like trying to figure out like what can I do? What can I watch real fast to end my quarantine? But see what happens.
It's okay.
Oh, hey guys. So here's a thing that's happening. So with the upcoming changes that are going to happen with said work,
right?
I don't know what's going to happen with this thing I was trying to put together.
What?
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
No, I want to watch it.
That might be like every other movie production and be on hiatus.
Yeah, you got to push it back.
I know.
Yeah. November.
November and give it a November release date. That's what it's gonna take. That's awesome.
Postponed.
Dude,
Postponed.
Do you understand? I was thinking about this. Do you understand how much money we're gonna spend at the movie theaters in November and December?
I don't know. I think people are still gonna kind of be weary at first.
The drive-thrus are still open.
Yeah, but they're not releasing the movies.
Yeah,
they're still open, but what movies are in?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like, I'm gonna be going to the movie theater, I think, every weekend in November to see a lot of movies.
Yeah, maybe.
Black Widow, James Bond, Top Gun. That's 3.
Wait, James Bond I thought was in, is that December, right?
It's November. Tom Cruise.
For sure. Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
I thought Top Gun was coming out in...
No, I actually have it right here. Let's see. But A Quiet Place, September. Top Gun, December. Candyman, September. Black Widows, November.
Right.
The Essentials, that's February. Can
I say something about that Black Widow? We said on this podcast that it was going to be in November. We said that it's going to take the place of Eternals, and Eternals was going to take the place of Shang-Chi. And what happened?
It did.
Exactly that.
It did. Yep. Yeah, so now Eternals has been moved to February. Shang-Chi has been moved to May. Spider-Man 3 is in July.
Wait, so No Time to Die, that's December, isn't it?
Yeah, No Time to Die is in December. No, I think it's November. It's not in this article. Time to Die release date.
I want to say 3rd or something.
Let's see. I've gone to the official James Bond website.
Oh, okay.
And there's nothing here. November 25th.
Oh, November 25th? Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving Day, actually.
Is it?
I think so. But
yeah, the movies come out on Thursday. Well, they come out Friday, but they come out Thursday.
Thursday at midnight.
Yeah.
Let's go see it. Let's go see it at midnight. Let's do a midnight showing.
Well, I think they have 9 o'clock.
What?
I think they do 9 o'clock.
Yeah, they do it early.
Yeah.
Especially on Thanksgiving because everybody's home.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I guess it's Thanksgiving, so you probably don't want to do a 9 o'clock thing.
Yeah. Hey, so I want to talk about something that we're gonna do on the channel. So hopefully, if if we still have time off, we'll do it on like a Saturday or something. But we're going to video you ready? Are you listening? We're going to video a D&D session.
Yeah! D&D.
We got it all set up. We're going to have the board viewable. It won't be live. It'll be pre-recorded like this one. But we're gonna play some DMD.
They can see me get all crazy.
Yeah,
my back! What are you doing? Shoot him! I got pew pew pew.
Mick's really excited for it. If you can't tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna play some D&D. We're gonna have some fun. So be on the lookout for that. We're not going to run our main session. I have kind of like a one shot that we're going to do, and we'll see how it goes. But that's going to get put on the YouTube channel, and we'll put a link on the Facebook channel.
Right on.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah. So, well, I think it's maybe that time.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all my podcast friends.
Was that Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap up. It's been fun. And this is hopefully something that will become more frequent with video podcasts. We're going to get a straitjacket from Mick.
Yeah.
Because he can't sit still.
I know.
And we're going to work on that. But yeah, we're excited. Hopefully things come back to normal. And, we'll do this, but it'll be on the normal schedule. If not, when we're off, we'll put out some stuff on the Facebook channel or on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel. We're gonna
look at that, guys.
I thought I was going somewhere else.
See that?
Oh,
I thought I was going a different route.
Go stand up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Go down farther. No, farther down. No, go up a little bit. Good. Yeah, you're good.
Oh my God, you don't know how hard that was.
I just wanted to see you do some squats.
Oh man, I can't do it. My legs are little chicken legs.
You're like Jello
after
now.
this quarantine. I know I'm gonna be hurting for 3 days.
You're out of breath. So yeah, that's that. This is a cool new step that we're gonna take, and hopefully it works out well. Our goal is to have this be on our Facebook and YouTube, and then we still have our audio podcast put out on Spotify and other various channels. We're still not on iTunes yet, and there's some behind-the-scenes stuff that we need to adjust before we can put it up on iTunes. Hopefully, this audio podcast will help with that. So that's that. You guys got anything last words?
No.
All right.
No, I don't.
Psych.
I did. A light bulb went, bling, and then it went
Fizzled out.
Never mind. I forgot it.
Yeah. You know how light bulbs explode, like when they go? It's like that. It went on and just out. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm Steven. That's Jason. And that's Mick.
Later.
We will catch you guys on the next podcast.
Go fly away.
Well, did you do the Macarena?